Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you again for your all support for watching my video. As you see, I am presenting you a very beautiful succulent known as Ankarina. This plant is belong to southwestern Madagascar, and it grows in the limestone type of ground on the slopes in Madagascar. The family of this plant known as Pedaliciae, and generally the name comes from a Greek root which anka means hook, which is referring to the type of seed pod that this plant create during the life. In further part of this video, you will see the picture of that. The variety of this plant is very limited, generally about 15 or so different color flowers that they are a member of this family. I have presented in this video these particular varieties. As you see, this one known as Uncarina rosaliana, which is a very nice compact calyxiform, and the shape of the flowers is like a trumpet, and the leaves are very soft and smooth and fuzzy, and during the cold season they turn to be a little bit pinkish. Another variety of this plant, as you see on this video, is called Ankarina peltata, which the throat of the flower, inside of the flower, is color like a eggplant color, dark purple. You may possibly never saw this plant because when it comes to cultivation of this plant, everybody has difficulties because the germination of the seeds are not easy, and also the cutting is not possible because it doesn't root that fast. When it comes to cultivation of the seeds, I have tried it, and a few times I was very lucky, which you see these little ones are the seed plants that I have propagated a few years ago. Believe it or not, these are approximately about possibly over 5 years old. So do not expect this plant to grow that fast. And also it is generally flower no matter how small they are. They are a good flowering plant, and they usually love to be in the very high drainage type of potting soil. I have to bring this to your attention that this plant loves water during the summer, but between the watering it has to get very dry. As you see right here, the soil are very, very dry, and the mixture of the soil has a lots of perlite, which I generally use 40% perlite and 60% cocoa moss or peat moss. This variety, as you see, it may to you look like this one, but actually it is not. Look at the leaves on this one and look at the leaves on this one. So this one is peltata, but this one is Ankarina which has a dark orange, solid orange flowers. And here, this particular one, as you see, which is known as Razaliana, the leaves are much different than this particular one. Even though both are Razaliana, but this one is just start blooming. Has a different color flower. It's very dark canary yellow. This plant generally can grow to 6 to 8 feet, perhaps a little taller, which at the corner of this screen, I show you one of my giant ones that is approximately close to 12 feet tall with hundreds of flowers every year. The flowers of this plant generally appears during the summertime, perhaps late spring, but very much in the summer. As I have said earlier, it's not very common in cultivation. It's not easy to cultivate. It's not easy to propagate, even though the seeds are sometimes appears on some of these plants. Cutting, whether one of the options or seedling another, still both is very hard. So in conclusion, I have to again mention to you that it's not easy. That's why you don't find many of these plants around. Because generally, when a plant is not easy to propagate and cultivate, you cannot find much of it available. This plant loves to be fertilized. One of the best fertilization that I've experienced for this plant is 20-20-20. But the best method that I have used, 1 teaspoon per gallon of water, which is a very good amount of fertilization and is well diluted, so you cannot burn this plant by giving him that kind of the strength. As I have said earlier, Ankarina has approximately 50 different varieties, but not all the variety available or commonly known. Many people who do not have much of the experience about this plant or probably never encounter with this plant, they don't even know that Ankarina has white color variety. It has a lavender color. It has a pink color flowers, and also very, very dark orange flower. As I have earlier said, if you come across this plant, generally propagate it and taking care of it, and try to reproduce it. If once or second time you failed, don't be discouraged. Continue repotting the soil every year, the plant, every year, and also continuously give them a fertilization. Stay away giving them a lots of water during the winter, because this plant will get damaged if it is wet in the winter time. Either a little bit of water or almost nothing. The temperature of a 35 Fahrenheit to 50 Fahrenheit, it is a zone of this plant that it may get damaged. So generally this plant is a heat tolerant and loves to get good bright light or partial sun. At the end, I have to bring this to your attention that this plant is among the Codexiform. As you see, it does have a very beautiful complex codex. And it can turn to be a very beautiful bonsai. On the screen, I'm going to show you some of my pictures of some other ones that is not in the reach of mine right now, that they are creating a very exotic shape. So in conclusion, it is a very beautiful plant. It is an easy plant to work with, and after about a few years you learn much about it, and then you know how to propagate them and cultivate them. However, I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you do so, please hit the like button and share my video with your friends and relatives. If you have questions about any of my plants, please leave me a comment and I will answer you immediately. Thank you again, and thank you very much for watching my channel. I need more subscribers to watch my channel. The more I have, the more I can be encouraged to pull out the most rarest exotic plants of the Africa and South America to present to you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.